Look up tonight. See that crimson speck bleeding through the darkness? That's Mars, and it's been lying to us. For thousands of years, we've stared at it with hope in our eyes, calling it humanity's next home, our escape hatch, our plan B when Earth becomes unbearable. We've written stories about Martian civilizations, dreamed of walking its plains, building cities under alien skies. But strip away the romanticism and face the truth. Mars isn't waiting to save us. It's a warning written in rust and silence, a dead world that died screaming, and we're only now learning to hear its final words. This is the story they don't tell you. This is Mars Unfiltered. The ancient Romans saw that blood-red glow and named it after their god of war. They were more right than they knew, but that crimson surface isn't war paint, it's a crime scene. Every grain of Martian soil is coated in iron oxide, rust. And here's what makes your skin crawl. Rust doesn't just appear. It needs three witnesses to form: iron, oxygen, and water. Lots of water. Which means Mars is lying there right now, covered head to toe in evidence of its own murder. 4 billion years ago, Mars wasn't red. Imagine it. Blue skies, liquid oceans lapping against rocky shores, rivers carving through valleys, an atmosphere thick enough to trap warmth and protect what lived below. Mars might have looked up at Earth and seen a sister world. Then, its heart stopped. Deep inside the planet, the molten core that generated Mars's magnetic field began to cool and solidify. Without that magnetic heartbeat, the protective shield collapsed. And the sun, our life-giving sun, became an executioner. Solar wind, a relentless stream of charged particles, began tearing away Mars's atmosphere like skin from bone. The water evaporated into space or froze into the ground. The warmth bled out into the cosmic void. Everything that made Mars alive was stripped away, atom by atom, over millions of years. What's left isn't a planet, it's a mummy. A desiccated corpse of a world that once had everything Earth has now. If you could stand on Mars today without a suit, you'd have about 15 seconds before your body betrayed you. The atmosphere is so pathetically thin, less than 1% of Earth's pressure, that the moisture in your mouth, your eyes, your lungs would begin to boil. Not from heat, from the absence of pressure. Your blood wouldn't boil, that's a myth. But you'd be suffocating in an atmosphere that's 95% carbon dioxide while simultaneously experiencing the most violent case of the bends ever recorded. Your body would swell, your eardrums would rupture, unconsciousness would take you in 15 seconds, brain death in 90. But here's something worse than the dying: the silence. Sound needs air to travel. On Mars, there's barely any. A scream wouldn't carry. An explosion would sound like a muffled thump. You could stand meters from another person and your shouts would barely reach them, swallowed by the thin, indifferent atmosphere. Mars is a world where even sound goes to die. And we haven't even talked about what's raining down from above. Every second of every day, cosmic radiation and solar particles are hammering the Martian surface with enough force to shred DNA. On Earth, our magnetic field deflects this. On Mars, there's nothing, just you and the universe's wrath. A round trip to Mars would expose you to radiation equivalent to getting a full-body CT scan every 5 or 6 days, for 2 years straight. Your cancer risk would skyrocket. Your brain tissue could literally degrade from the bombardment. Living on the surface isn't an option. It's suicide in slow motion. Any real Martian colony would have to burrow underground like frightened animals, hiding in lava tubes and caves, building their new world in eternal darkness to escape the lethal sky. Is this the grand adventure we signed up for? Trading Earth's sun-drenched beaches for radioactive caves? Then, the storms arrive. Martian dust storms aren't weather, they're planetary tantrums. Some grow so massive they consume the entire world, blanketing Mars in darkness for months. During the 2018 global dust storm, NASA's Opportunity rover, which had survived for 14 years against impossible odds, finally fell silent. The sun was blocked, the solar panels went dark, the batteries died. Opportunity is still there, frozen mid-mission, buried under Martian sand, a monument to ambition meeting reality. Now imagine you're in a habitat during one of these storms. The scratching of dust against metal walls never stops. The temperature outside plummets even further. Your solar panels are useless. You're millions of kilometers from rescue, listening to Mars trying to bury you alive, and there's nothing to do but wait and hope your oxygen holds. Oh, and that dust you're breathing through your life support filters? It's poison. Martian soil is loaded with perchlorates, toxic compounds that destroy human thyroid function. Even the ground wants you dead. Mars is the only planet we know of that's inhabited entirely by machines, but it's also their graveyard. Scattered across those rust-colored dunes are the corpses of our mechanical children. Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity, more recent arrivals that will one day join them. Each one fought until its batteries drained, until dust choked its systems, until Mars claimed another victim. They're still there, frozen, waiting for humans who might never come, waiting for a rescue that doesn't make sense. They're proof that Mars doesn't surrender easily, if ever. We talk endlessly about terraforming, about turning Mars green, pumping it full of atmosphere, melting the ice caps, engineering a second Earth. It would take thousands of years and technology we can't even imagine yet. And even if we succeeded, how long would it last? Mars already died once. Its core is cold. No magnetic field is coming back. Any atmosphere we create, the solar wind will just strip away again, exactly like it did 4 billion years ago. We'd be building a sandcastle while the tide comes in. Mars isn't a blank canvas, it's a mirror, and it's showing us something terrifying. That planets can die, that atmospheres aren't forever, that liquid water, breathable air, comfortable temperatures, these aren't guarantees. They're accidents of geology and timing that can end. Mars had everything we have, and it lost it all. So yes, send the rovers, send the helicopters and sample return missions. Study Mars, learn from it, extract every secret from its dusty bones. As science, it's invaluable. As a memorial to planetary death, it's unmatched. But as a home? As humanity's backup plan? Standing in those frozen, silent, poisoned deserts would make you fall to your knees in gratitude for Earth, for our chaotic, crowded, messy, noisy, living world with its breathable air and protective magnetic embrace. Mars isn't our future, it's our past, a glimpse of what Earth could become if we're not careful. Mars isn't the second chance, it's a tombstone, and the warning is carved in rust.